everybody?
It's fresh off the showtime, Phil.
What's up, everybody? It's fresh off the show, the unofficial live, fresh off the boat after show. I'm Phil.
And I'm Jenny.
Hello, everyone watching out there.
Yes, we just saw episode 2 of season 2,
entitled "Boy to Man."
Mm-hmm.
This was
or
awesome.
Little children men, or whatever Jessica Wong called them.
I loved this episode. This was like one of my favorites. Whoa!
Oh, I should not be watching our own stream. Hi. Oh my gosh, yeah, no, this was great. Seriously, I feel like Boys to Men End of the Road is like so many emotions.
It's quintessential
90s,
like 90s, and it like my own childhood, and like just like I don't know, it captures a very specific moment in my life. You know?
I feel like so many like school dances or graduations were themed End of the Road.
Yes,
because of that
absolutely
song.
And just it captures teen longing. And
can we just talk about that? Like, well, we have to summarize, right? First, we have to summarize.
So let's
episode.
recap the episode.
Yes.
We've got so we have Eddie, and he's crushing hard on Nicole since last season, right?
Right, because Nicole got set back in 8th grade. She's redoing 8th grade.
So she's back, and then he gets the opportunity to tutor Nicole, which allows him to spend time with Nicole.
Yeah. But then
Nicole gets together with some dude, the hot
new kid.
The new kid who comes along,
and we get this amazing like semi-90s video montage of
it breaks Eddie's heart, and we get like a recreation of like colors and all of the End of the Road music video. Boys to Men,
like a weird gray sepia.
It's
with
so great, and like, but then random colors of like people's jackets and stuff like that. And instead of the 4 guys, we get the 4 neighborhood ladies. You know, it's so good.
It's so good. And then Father Wong. Why am I forgetting his name? Louis Wong. He wants a little girl all of a sudden, and so somehow is trying to convince Jessica to have a baby. But she doesn't want
baby.
it.
Yes, the shop is closed.
The shop is closed.
And then, of course, we have Evan and Emery sort of dealing with the idea of dad wanting a daughter. And
I know.
They'll be displaced if that happens. So
exactly.
Overall, I thought this was like a solid, hella funny episode.
Oh my God.
Just from the Boys to Men stuff alone, I think was pretty damn funny.
Yeah. A couple of my favorite moments were when Jessica was basically saying like, I don't understand why American parents are so obsessed with being friends with children. I have no children friends.
I know. That was awesome. That's quintessential Jessica Wong.
That's
we
right.
love you. I love you.
But one of the things, though, is I don't get is like, why would Jessica object to little Eddie being a tutor? You know what I mean? Like her justification was that tutoring is like really close to being a teacher, and teacher is near poverty, and she wouldn't want that. She'd want him to be like a doctor or something.
Right. Well, I think it more had to do with her not getting her way, which is she wanted Eddie to play the piccolo because piccolo skills get you the scholarships. Apparently, there are like thousands of unclaimed marching band scholarships every year, and so
shout out to the marching band kids.
Shout out to the marching band.
Clarinet right here, B flat clarinet.
We got flute over here.
Anger +1 is a flautist. Anyone else in the audience were in marching band? Oboe.
Marching band. Oboe.
You did not march oboe. That's concert.
Just regular band.
It's like her walking on the marching band route with like a timpani, like.
I want to remind everybody, folks out there, if you're watching, to tweet along hashtag Fresh Off the Show.
Fresh Off the Show.
And maybe we can get your questions on here and comments and everything.
Yes.
I want to couple things I wanted to note. One thing is that fantasy sequence where Louis imagines his future daughter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's this great. First of all, it's a great moment because we got a lot of cameos from just like random Asian people, like his mentor. But there was a cameo for people who didn't catch this. This cameo from Randall Park's actual daughter Ruby, who's adorable. He's like the first shot. He's like holding her like the littlest one. As Ruby, aka Baby Mentalist, for those who know those who are fans of the hilarious web series that Randall wrote and starred in.
Google that.
Yeah, Google that because Ruby is the star of Baby Mentalist, and it is the best.
Yes.
And then also One thing that we didn't know last week on the season premiere is that Chelsea Crisp, who plays Honey, she actually has joined the cast as a series regular.
Oh, okay, so she got upgraded.
Yeah, she got upgraded. So
congrats, Chelsea Crisp.
She gets like, because I think it's because Jessica's part is kind of like clearly she's come, her part has grown bigger and like giving her more stuff to do, and so to give her some like a best friend, is natural. So they have those conversations about parenting.
Yeah.
And you can hold up the two styles of parenting as very, very different.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah. So we're gonna take some questions from the audience and fresh off the show, but just want to highlight our snacks for the week, our Asian snacks.
We got peach gummy candy.
And Hello Kitty Yobo. This is my first time hearing what a Yobo is.
Yobo.
Apparently it's Korean.
Yeah.
How did Sanrio give us exclusive license to a Korean company that makes this thing?
It's not even the Pocky brand, huh? That's fake Pocky.
Fake Pocky. I'm gonna eat it anyway.
They hustled and got Hello Kitty. So we had we've got a comment from Samantha Pack. What's up?
What's up, Samantha Pack? Here's a Yobo for you.
She says,
you might be Korean.
I want to pull out my flute and learn ain't nothing but a G thing.
Yeah, I know.
Although regulate is probably more my style, she says.
So good. Okay, how many band kids in the 90s actually just try to play that kind of stuff too? Yeah. I feel like that happened a lot. Here, try it. Yobo's not all right. It's nothing is actually Pocky, I have to say. Let's let our studio audience try it. It's a little different.
It's a little different, but by different, not as good as pop. Sorry, I don't know. That's all right.
Yeah, this is not a part of our snack sponsorship. This is our own purchase.
But yeah.
You know.
But we had to keep on the Asian snack tradition up in here because it's our thing. Can we talk about? So for those who didn't catch us last week, we actually had some really special guests on, and I'm still reeling from like last week's Fresh Off the Show because we had stars Hudson Yang, Forrest Wheeler, and Ian Chen. Shout outs to you guys.
Yay!
That episode was so fun. I was like texting Jenny earlier today. I was like, yo, that's gonna be hard to top.
Like we couldn't have a guest for this week. We're just like we can't.
It was so fun. They're so cute. I rewatched the episode. I was like, these kids are so good.
They're so good. I feel like actually, I was just noticing. I feel like Hudson's acting has improved so much in just this season, right?
For sure. Yeah.
Amazing.
I mean, he was great last season. That natural rawness, But like Hudson, he's gotten like. He's become a man.
Yeah, I know. But so if you haven't seen last week's Fresh Off the Show episode, please watch it. It's archived at youtube.com, Angry Asian Man. And my favorite of their episode was of them on our show was honestly when the three of them were sitting in between us.
Yeah.
And they basically went on this like improvised.
Well, they were
riff.
arguing with each other about something that they're like
that
working
they're writing.
on. They're writing
we're
something.
Like, what stories would you pitch? And then they're like, and it improvised this incredible little scene of them arguing with each other in the writing.
No, it was not improv. It was like an actual real argument. They're like, no, we're working on something. They're like, we're working on a script. Don't tell them what it is, but we're working on something. And then they're like arguing, and then
it's improvised. I don't know if they really. Can you see the three of them sitting around working on a script?
Yeah, I can.
Well, Hudson, Ian, and Forrest, you guys need to tell us whether or not that was real or fake.
That was real, dude. That was not improv.
Oh my god.
Also, I have to point out.
Peach gummy is so good. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yesterday when the boys came on the show, they came by and gave us this. So we have a poster back here, but they gave us this totally awesome poster.
I know, and they signed it to us.
Signed by the whole cast, dude. Like I don't.
Thanks for Fresh Off the Show.
I know. Like,
to Phil and Jenny, thanks for everything. You guys are the absolute worst. Nah, love you guys, Randall. Love you guys. Thanks for all the support. Love that's Constance.
I think it's Constance because she has very good penmanship.
You see?
Yeah.
Oh, Honey signed it.
Honey, Chelsea
Thanks
Chris
for
here.
all the love.
Yeah.
Thanks for everything to Phil and Jenny. That's Hudson. Oh, this is so sweet.
Yeah. So they gave us this rad poster.
I know.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
We love you.
I know. I don't live with Phil, so I don't know how this is going to be community property.
We're going to have to share
custody.
6 months. We'll get a frame.
Share custody.
6 months at your place, 6 months at mine, maybe every other week. I don't know.
I know. It's very sweet of them.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, you guys are the best.
Any other moments standing out for you, Jenny?
I don't know. Like I feel like I live tweeted most of it, but I just have to say, going back to End of the Road.
Yeah.
The teaser for tonight's episode that got circulated by ABC was genius because honestly, like little Ian Chen doing the low bass voice, like the lover boy bass voice of
Baby, I'm here for you. That was
out
amazing.
of my mind.
Yeah.
I was out of my mind when I watched that clip. I was like, oh my God, it totally whet my appetite for tonight's episode. I will replay that clip of little Ian breaking down the bass voice.
Yes.
Like love monologue.
Baby,
for the rest of my life.
I just didn't care.
I know. So good. It's so good.
It's so good. And that sequence, that little moment is so great because it's a pretty long. The joke they take it pretty long because they sing like a couple of verses, you know. It just
but it's so good. The payoff is worth it.
It's so good.
Oh my God. Shout out to the writers, Sanjay Shah, Ali Wong, a bunch of folks. I know there was a couple new. I think Shane Wang is also a writer. Stand-up comic
episode.
Yeah, let's figure it out. All I'm saying is, you know, usually it's all group written. So, bro, sis, whoever.
Dude.
End of the road as the focus.
I mean, how can you not have that song in your head now? For like after watching that song, it's gonna be in my head all night.
But I think what's really great is that, you know, when you kind of step back and look at the two seasons, they haven't super relied on sort of 90s thingies too much as like the story. Like it's the characters that are like driving the stories. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It just so happened that in this one, the little bit of heartbreak that little Eddie gets to face weaves in perfectly with the End of the Road as the ultimate heartbreak song.
I don't know why. 90s. I just could just when he's just lying on his bed and then like looking at that Postman CD,
and then he's like grabbing his head. He's like, oh.
I was like, this is dramatic, but like, I kind of get it, man. I get it. I remember that time in my life.
Just pubescent heartbreak. But yeah, I have to say that's like that moment is up there with season 1 school bus fantasy scene. If you guys remember the school bus fantasy scene, and little Ian's little like, which by the way they also recreated for us last week.
Tonight's episode was written by Matt Kuhn. Matt Kuhn and directed by Claire Scanlon. So props.
Yeah, props. Amazing, and the whole crew. Oh my God. So I don't know. I think Quincy in our audience here is asking if Yobo is a knockoff of Pepero. I feel like it's like a knockoff of a knockoff. Like Pepero is like
Pepero is a knockoff of Apaki, and Yobo is a knockoff of Pepero. So we're having like third class. This is like the what is it like? It's a bootleg version of
bootleg. This is like the freaking BitTorrent of the for the Pocky.
Let's see here. We have
oh my God. By the way,
so Dodai Stewart from Jezebel tweeted out the End of the Road family.
Yeah.
She said
amazing.
She said this is an amazingly revolutionary TV moment.
Yeah. Dodai Stewart is so bomb. I follow her on Twitter.
Oh, she's at Fusion. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But it is. It's like Asian. Honestly, that little scene also just encapsulates my childhood. The role R&B and hip hop plays in like my little 90s upbringing.
You will note that little Eddie is holding the Coolie Eye Harmony reissue.
But correction.
But not the Boomerang soundtrack, which is where the track originally was released on.
Oh yeah. Boomerang. I actually feel like I want to watch Boomerang again and see if it holds up.
I want to see if that holds up too.
Right?
Something about these like super 90s, right?
I don't think people understand how stone cold dope Eddie Murphy was in the 90s, like 80s and 90s. Eddie Murphy
80s was like, you know.
Eddie Murphy owned the 80s and 90s, you guys. So I don't know. I feel like we need to revisit the 80s and 90s Eddie Murphy. Because when I was a little kid, actually, Eddie Murphy inspired me with, he's like my first and earliest stand-up comedy and sketch comedy memory when he was in the best of Saturday Night Live.
We have Joni saying, fresh off the boat, thank you for bringing life to first generation kids.
Aww.
Yes, the struggle is real, boys to men.
The struggle is so real.
Oh, shout out to Jeremy Cohen.
Yes.
Who is the music supervisor, who's the editor and music guy.
One of the editors.
Yeah, one of the editors.
But he's been tracking all of the soundtrack, so to speak,
he has a Spotify
playlist
of all the Fresh Off the Boat episodes like music.
So Jeremy, is this a continuation of last year's playlist? Like, are you just adding on, or is it a separate season playlist? That's what I want to know. Because if you have the link from last year's Spotify list, it's gonna have all of the best '90s music featured on the show.
Jeremy has updated the Fresh Off the Boat soundtrack playlist, but he notes that Nothing But the G Thing is not on Spotify. So he provided in his tweet.
Ooh, I wonder if Dr. Dre just didn't want that available.
You can tweet Jeremy at CityLifeJC.
What's that Jay-Z Beyonce Tidal music streaming service?
Oh, yeah, Tidal. Oh, yeah, Tidal.
Maybe Dr. Dre's only about Tidal. Who knows? I don't know.
Ruel, what's up, Ruel?
Ruel,
our boy.
One of our. Yes.
When Eddie does find his true love, they need to do Casey and JoJo's All My Life.
Yeah. Oh my God, Casey and JoJo and Jodeci is so good. Like lately. In All My Life.
Lately, the Stevie Wonder cover.
When they did the MTV Unplugged, that stuff was like so classic. Like it was better than the original.
Dude, but All My Life, you could not get away from that song, man.
Right?
Yeah.
I pray for someone like you. I thank God. Oh my God.
Does anybody from the studio audience have a question or comment?
Angry Asian Man, by the way, thanks for tweeting out, girl, I'm here for you. Of little Ian Chen. Oh my God.
Girl,
that is so good.
I'm here for you. I want to know, honestly, if I had those kids back here, I'd be like, are you guys fans of Boyz II Men? Do you even know how giant they were,
Dude.
Still are in my heart,
They were huge.
Can we talk about the white teacher with the Asian wife?
Oh!
I almost forgot. Dude, that joke was like kind of snuck in with the rest of the stuff.
White teacher with the Asian wife. So classic. It's like the little nod to like the kind of Asian fetishism that Asian women have to face all the time.
Like, I have an Asian
he
keeps moving the
he's British too. So colonial. He got that colonial fever.
Damn. It's like, how come people with Asian wives always have to talk about my Asian wife? Like they used to say my Asian wife. They always have to point that out. Oh, my wife is Asian. And then
like when you're Asian, they're like, oh, my wife is Asian. Like I'm down too. Like no, you're not. Just because you put your P in someone's V doesn't mean that you extract their Asian juices and their essence. Come on.
Jeremy, are you watching? I'm getting word that Jeremy is on the YouTube right now. So what's up, man?
What's up, Jeremy?
Hello.
Jeremy's a homie.
Yeah.
Jeremy's a homie.
Yeah. No, he's cool.
Yeah.
He says he should be working, but he's watching. So.
Oh, is he? Should you be editing right now? Wait a second.
Working hard.
Wherever you're editing, you must have really solid bandwidth. So don't worry, you can stream us. It's okay.
Joe Adalian, TV critic, he says. I don't think this was addressed to us, but it generally says, I seriously think I sprained a face muscle from laughing so hard at the Boyz II Men sing along.
So good.
You and me both, my friend.
I know. TV Mojo is the best. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that moment of like him like edging, he like edged this little frame photo of his wife.
His Asian wife, yes.
He's like, hey, what is it about like?
First of all,
fetish guys.
if you unironically call your Asian wife, refer to her as my Asian wife, get out of here. That's just like, no.
Shut up. Stop.
But do you find as an Asian woman, that people would like openly they just want to tell you, my Asian girlfriend, my Asian wife?
Yes.
They do.
Oh, all the time.
I get that too, actually.
See, part of it is done in a context of getting hit on, and then part of it is done in a context where they just feel like they need you to know.
Hey, I know Asian people.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
hey, what's your favorite dim sum place?
I want to connect on that level.
Yeah, I don't know.
The equivalent of I have a black friend.
It's the equivalent of I have a black friend.
Yeah,
I don't know.
My wife is Asian is the new my best
I have a black
friends are
friend.
black.
Yeah, my best friend is black.
Yeah.
One of my best friends are black. Yeah, I don't know. It's like ways for white people who are like liberal to like make themselves feel like they're like down with you. I'm down with you. I don't know.
I'm not down with that.
I can't explain white people sometimes. I wish I could. We're just white people whispering right now. There's no white people here. No one's really figuring this out.
This episode, I will say, not enough grandma.
Not enough grandma.
Not enough grandma.
Lucille Song, which by the way, I recently posted a photo of she and I that was taken a few months ago because she actually judged me on Mixed TV's Eat Your Words.
Oh,
yeah.
It's a cooking competition.
It's a cooking competition.
Yeah.
I cooked Chinese food for Lucille Song, you guys, Grandma Huang. So just check out mixedtv.com.
Did she dig it? Did she like it?
She actually ended up liking it. They all had to be critical.
What was it? What'd you cook?
We cooked fried rice with XO sauce and like Chinese sausage, and we cooked rice cakes with mushroom with shiitake mushrooms.
So was it like you were up against somebody else who was cooking? Oh no,
they were just judging how good it was.
Okay, got it.
And Lucille Song was one of my judges, and she was awesome. I was totally fangirling, and we took a nice photo together, and she was super nice. So yeah, I finally posted it. Yay, Lucille Song.
Holla, Lucille, Grandma Huang. Not enough of you in this episode, but
I know. She had a few zingers last week.
Yeah, she was all up in that. Yeah.
Yeah. What I love, can I just say what I failed to mention last week was what I love is that Grandma Huang's role is so key because we had this intergenerational thing where she speaks in Chinese because honestly, that's like my household. You don't know how much shit I mean, it's true. It's like a stereotype. If we're speaking in another language, we're probably talking shit about you. Okay. And Asians are so prejudiced against white people. Like, I don't think, like, I feel like Chinese people, especially, we have this like weird superiority complex where like we'll talk shit about everyone. It's really fucked up. So I'm just saying it's honest. Grandma Huang gets to say all this stuff against white people that like maybe people of my own family might have said.
You know, I think you make a great point about having like that multi-generational things. Like I always, I'm not sure if I mentioned this last season, but I was like, you know, I grew up with my grandmother in my house, and like, you know, an important thing was like to have that, you know, when people age in Asian families and they become grandmas and grandpas, they still live with you, right?
Yeah.
They don't put them in like in homes and stuff like that, you know.
No.
And or like they don't, you know, I always was marveled that like white friends whose like grandparents like lived somewhere else, like in another state. They had their own life. They went on vacation, like, you know what I mean? And they're like, they don't live with you, like, you know, they have their own life and stuff. Like,
dude, grandma's still cooking at the house. Grandma and grandpa still doing stuff.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the baby calendar?
Oh, baby calendar. Oh my God. That was a big thing in the 90s.
It was. The
Precious Moments and Ann Geddes.
Ann Geddes, yes. Ann Geddes.
Where you put little babies, you put adorable little white babies. Eventually they incorporated other babies.
But mostly white in the beginning.
But mostly white babies.
You put them in like watermelons. You put them in open fruit. You put them like with a bunch of chickens for some reason.
And you dress them up as a chicken.
Yeah.
As like a little baby chick.
Yeah.
It was like a little creepy. It was like creepy cute.
Yeah.
Right? Don't you think it's like a little creepy cute?
Or just Taz is just creepy, just plain creepy.
Yeah, let me Google Ann Geddes real quick just to see some of the the photos. That was like the calendar. And honestly, that reminds me. A beautiful piece of comedic writing was the monologue that Jessica Wong gave about the calendar that was uninterrupted, where she basically describes how creepy it is and how she like explored a whole imagined world in which babies are looking like cabbages and where they inhabit. It's like so good. So yeah, okay, I'm Googling Ann Geddes, ANNEGEDDES. And here, oh look, here's a little white baby dressed as a bumblebee. Here's a little baby dressed as a little purple flower. The Onion did an article where they dressed a little baby as a Hitler. Baby Hitler. But here's a cabbage one. Here.
Adorable.
Let me show the audience the cabbage one. Look at the cabbage.
That's weird.
Cabbage babies. Look at that.
That's weird.
Oh my God.
Let's see here. Gene Kahayan says, he says, my Asian wife, that's the equivalent of, I'm not racist, but.
That's a good one. I like that.
Pro tip, by the way, for people who don't know, if you start a sentence with, I'm not racist, but chances are the thing that you're going to say next is probably pretty racist.
Yeah. If you don't know, now you know. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like, in terms of story, I don't know if there was much story to this episode, but like the gags are
heavy
very
on
satisfying.
Jokes, big
the
jokes
were satisfying.
Very good stuff.
Oh my God. I still want, I pitched this to Ninachka Khan herself during our last season's show, but I'm still waiting for an Asian American rapper, young Asian American guy rapper to show up on the scene so that little Eddie could be like, oh.
Or I want them to discover like Filipino DJs or something.
Yeah, no.
That's
Like, whoa, Filipino DJs.
that's somewhere for the back nine. Probably.
Shout out to Oliver Wang, who wrote a book about Filipino DJ crews in the Bay Area.
Holla.
Oh my God! Look up
Legions
that book.
of Boom.
Legions of Boom.
I think that the what's really strong about the writing as a parent is that they're really writing for the actors and the characters. Like having established, like, you know, season one, you know, it really feels like they know their voice. They know how good like these kids are, so they can write.
God.
They can write for these kids, right? Like, I don't know. I think it's pretty amazing. And then of course, like whenever Jessica comes on, she just completely dominates, you know. So, dude,
Jessica, her rhythm and her ability to give you the sort of where her accent has settled down now, right?
Yeah.
In addition to just her comedic timing,
right,
is so solid now. It's like so good because you still get a sense of like her being an immigrant,
right?
Possibly, right? But still really good at English.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like, and you know, the accent has clearly never been the joke. So
yes,
you know, it's pretty awesome.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah, I kind of want to like transcribe the monologue about the calendar.
Yeah.
Just
I missed parts of it because I was busy live tweeting during the episode. So
because I like that like she has an imagination. I want her to get back to like Stephen King. I want fresh off the boat. I'm waiting for an October Halloween episode.
There was going to be a Halloween episode. I know for sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, because last season they shot during the fall and then everything aired in the new year, right?
Yeah.
So they weren't able to do any of the holidays. So I heard this thing that Melvin Marr, producer, was talking about. He's just like, now they have like a Thanksgiving episode, a Halloween episode, a holiday, like a Christmas episode. So it's all gonna happen. We're all gonna get to see it. So apparently the Halloween episode is pretty funny.
Yeah.
So, it's gonna be good stuff.
What else in the fresh off the boat world? Because I kind of want to talk about Dr. Ken.
Oh yeah, we should. We got a couple minutes left, so let's just talk about, because Dr. Ken premieres on Friday, and Dr. Ken will mark the second Asian American family on television on ABC.
In Quantico, South Asian.
South Asian. I mean, ABC is kind of killing it in terms of like Asian leads on TV.
I mean, the head of ABC said that they're in it, like they're down with like diversity programming. They're committed with the Asian Americans too, and
pretty dope.
I feel like that shows because I feel like for so long it's always this one Asian role or one minority role or one woman
like clearly, or just like a token. I mean, honestly, most of the time it's like a token, and now you're actually seeing them sort of driving storylines, and it's pretty amazing. So Dr. Ken, it premieres on Friday. Have you seen the pilot?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen the pilot. You hosted
I did think at the Paley Center.
With the
cast of Dr. Ken. It was really fun. Everyone was really nice.
Albert Tsai, who played
Philip Goldstein,
yes, Jewish adoptee.
He now plays Dave Park, Ken's son. They have a great cast of that show. I think people should tune in. I'll be completely honest. The pilot is a little bit rocky, and it's a pilot episode, so it's sort of like a proof of concept thing. I think once you get past that, it actually takes off, and it's traditional in a lot of sense of the word, but I think it is still pretty funny. They have a great cast, and it grows like as the season goes on. It's great, and Margaret Cho is guest starring on an episode as Ken's.
Both Margaret Cho and our wonderful Susie Nakamura, who plays the wife of Dr. Ken, they were both performers in our first ever comedy festival that you helped to co-sponsor.
Yes. It was really awesome. They were so cool.
So they were the coolest, and Dr. Ken even retweeted our little announcement about it. So I know. So I don't know. I feel like it's like we need to like, this is a movement of support, and it's all about building an audience, right? So we need a hashtag for our movement, you guys. What is it? Rep sweats?
Rep sweats?
No, it's like a negative one. No, it needs to be like an affirming.
Oh.
I don't know. All the Asians on TV.
All the Asians writing and creating. We're gonna be
all Asian on TV all the time.
All the time.
Holla.
If you have an idea for a hashtag, that's a long hashtag. We need another one. Yeah. If you have an idea for
we'll
one,
figure it out.
But so the next time that we do this, we're not sure. It might just be you next week.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. We kind of have like out of town schedules for the next like couple of weeks.
I know. So we won't be able to be as regular as first season.
Take a look at repsweats.com and we'll figure out what the next we'll figure out the the schedule. And
I
everything.
redirected to.
Thank you for everyone who watches though, like
I know.
live, and also thank you for everyone who tunes in like later. Thank you to Visual Communications who always helped us host the thing.
Yeah, donate. Go to vconline.org.
vconline.org.
Yes.
Thank you, Joanna Lee, and thank you, Milton Liu.
Yeah.
Thank you to our studio audience. Hey! And thanks to the folks at Fresh Off the Boat for making cool stuff.
Yeah, so if you're a viewer, just tweet at us. I don't know. We'll like retweet or say hi. I would love to see who exactly is watching because I see y'all are there.
Fresh off the show, y'all.
Fresh off the show.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.